So what's going on in the market right now? Well, what we can see is that Magic is really silent at the moment. After the 30th edition, people are angry and the players are not taking any more. They do not want the product and they're all just holding their breath waiting for the Brothers' War to see if Magic is going to make a turnaround. But in the meantime, players are diving into some of the other products. If you go and look, you can see that some of the Blitz decks from Flesh and Blood are actually trending upwards right now. And these decks are entry-level decks and they are designed for new players. And what that could tell you is that some of those angry Magic the Gathering players are actually turning to other cardboards right now, to other TCGs. If these players are getting hooked on Flesh and Blood, will they actually go back to Magic?
Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. We would love to grow our channel together with you, our community. Thank you.
In the Magic market right now, Infinity is having a blast. Those cards are selling like warm bread, and those special Galaxy foils, they are really pricey at the moment. But watch out, they might be coming down at some point. Right now they are the hot new thing, the hot new asset, but on the longer run it might not hold that value it has right now. So be careful out there with those Galaxy foils. Another thing really trending upwards right now is the Warhammer decks. So Warhammer meets Magic the Gathering, and these sets are well designed. Also, Magic has been doing these decks in collaboration with
Games Workshop.
Yeah, Games Workshop. And that goes to show, because you can actually see that these decks have had the love and care that a Magic product actually needs. Unfortunately, there's been some gravel in the big machine, because these foiled Warhammer decks, which are really pricey, have come out and they have been absolutely mangled. The quality control is not good enough. Something is terribly wrong and it's going too fast for Wizards. And right now, we're buying stuff still, but if this continues, people might actually back even further off. And remember, people are angry already at the moment.
Fab is doing really well, and first of all, congratulations. They won the Deloitte prize for the fastest growing company, so they actually grew, I think, over 6,000% over the last 3 years. That's amazing, and partly due to making a really awesome card game and having a really great business model that supports the LGSs, supports games played in the Flesh and Blood, and supports the players. We already covered Fab a little bit, but it's clear to see from Tolarian Community College's last video that a lot more people are actually trying to find something other or to supplement Magic the Gathering with. So we're seeing a lot of, at least on the European market, a lot of the Blitz deck going up in price. What we're also seeing is that people are really enjoying Uprising. Uprising is one of the biggest sellers if we're looking at the sealed product, together with Arcane Rising, the Unlimited Edition, and I believe this is because none of the heroes from that particular set has reached Living Legend status yet. And also, of course, there's some really nice stables. If you want to have a look at what is in Arcane Rising, check out the video up there. A lot of the Ice cards, the Draconic cards, and the Ninja cards are doing really well. Top 3 for card market, you can see them here, are all Ice cards. So presumably, a lot of people are looking at Icelander and deciding to play her as their main hero. It's really interesting that you get to pick a hero, you deck them out with a lot of cool equipments, and you really, personalize these cards and this deck to your liking. And I think that's a lot of the things that's drawing us and a lot of other people into Flesh and Blood. So a lot of cards are going up, a lot of interest. You can see the sales have spiked, particularly on some of these intro level Blitz decks. So if you're interested, please go check out our playlist for Flesh and Blood. We have a lot of different openings on boxes. If you're interested in maybe trying it out for the first time, either looking at the Blitz decks or perhaps having a look at the classic battles, which is the Rinthia versus Rhinar, classic paladin, hero, warrior, and a brute. And those two decks are a lot of fun to play against each other. So check that out as well over here.
Another thing worth adding in the Flesh and Blood market is that many of these really valuable equipment cards, they have stabilized. So they have been high up in price and have dwindled down, but right now if you look at the graphs, you can see that they have stabilized, they have flatlined out there. And what that tells us is that this is going to be the price, at the moment at least. It's going to have stabilized at that level. But if more players are coming to Flesh and Blood, and the sales numbers on the Blitz decks actually indicates that players are beginning to pick this product up, that could mean that these equipments are going to rise in price, because the more players get in, and some of these players are going to want to be competitive. And to be competitive in Flesh and Blood, you need to have some of these special equipment cards. And when the demand rises, so will the price, since there are not enough cards for everybody. So it's going to be interesting to see if these cards are actually just stabilized or if they will tick up in the future.
And also, if you have a look at the co-foils, a lot of them were at a high of $150 at some point, and a lot of them have stabilized down at around $100, at least some of the more expensive ones. I think we will see like a trend from Magic that post 60 to 90 days after a release of a product, a lot of the product has been opened. And this really goes for Uprising, because it was really popular, is still really popular. So we have a lot of singles floating on the market, but it seems like the market is actually absorbing them. So I think that we could expect that if we have a lot of influx of players and the price stabilizing right now, we will see that they start to trend upwards, maybe in a month or two, when more players discover this awesome game, find out how fun it is, and really want to build some more competitive decks. So I think there's a bright future ahead for Fab, but right now the market for Magic the Gathering is looking pretty grim, and I'm really excited to see how the Brothers War will be faring, because if this turns out to be a bad product, this is not a good signal to send to your players who are already mad and frustrated.
All these serialized cards, are they just hiding a big pile of shit underneath? Or is there actually good things to find in these boxes?